you're a regular Xero user, the chances are that you're very familiar with producing sales invoices. Xero is so user-friendly that it's very easy to pick it up quickly. But I'm going to guarantee that the chances are as well that you're probably not using it to its full potential. And today I want to give you 5 tips for inputting sales invoices quicker in Xero, saving you precious time. Okay, number 1, what I would suggest is that you look at copying sales invoices. If you're familiar with preparing a sales invoice in Word, for example, you've probably done it before. You've taken an old sales invoice because the new one is very similar and you've copied it to a new document. Now you have that option in Xero, but the benefit of the Xero option is it's a little bit different from the Word option, because what happens when you do it in Word? When you do it in Word, you actually overwrite your old invoice. I'm guarantee that you've done that at some point. We've all done it. Xero lets you copy an invoice, so it gives it a new number, it gives it today's date, and then you can amend the fields that you want, so it saves the previous invoice. There's no chance of it being written over. Number 2, the second thing that I would recommend in Xero is having a look at repeating invoices. If you've got a business where you've got recurring income and you're billing people the same amount on a regular basis, so let's say you've got a membership site and you're billing people the same amount every month, you can set up repeating invoices in Xero. They will happen automatically. They can be saved as draft for you to review, or the real power can be that 2 o'clock in the morning when you're asleep in bed, your monthly invoices can be issued to your customers. Number 3, the third thing I want to talk to you about with Xero Sales Invoices is using quotes. There's an option to prepare quotes in Xero. If you're in the habit of preparing quotes and you're not using Xero, then go and have a look at it. Because once you've prepared your quote in Xero, if your quote is accepted, it's almost 2 clicks to turn your quote into an invoice. All the information is already there, very quick for you to do it. Certainly worth having a look at. Okay, the 4th option I'm going to talk about with sales invoices in Xero is using customer defaults. Within Xero, you can set up defaults for your customers. So for example, if you always use the same sales code when you're issuing an invoice, if your terms of payment are always the same, you can actually fill these in for your customers in advance. It just means when you prepare an invoice for a specific customer, you already know that you're going to code theirs to sales membership, for example. And the final 5th option that we're going to speak about is using items in Xero. When you prepare a sales invoice, you might see that when you come into the body of the text, there's a field that says item. And if you use that, it's really just a shortcut to save you keying in the same information on an ongoing basis. For example, if I'm doing a training workshop and I would go to my sales invoice and I would type in Xero Basics 1-day workshop. But rather than do that every time, I could set up a code. So I'll set up a code that's XB, for example. So then when you come to produce your sales invoice, all that you need to do is key in XB and Xero will pre-populate the description field with Xero Basics Workshop. And the flexibility you have in Xero is if you need to add to that text or change it slightly, it will still let you do it. So those are my 5 suggestions of making data entry quicker when you're producing your sales invoices. If any of these interest you and you're not sure how to do it, check out the channel, because if there's not already, there will be tutorial videos showing you how to do each of these 5 things. So why don't you subscribe to the channel so that as soon as new videos are available, you'll be able to find them.